Thank you for joining. So today I just wanted to hop on a call with you guys and just kind of go over a little bit about social media and if you're starting a new challenge group coming up. And I've noticed it's been going on with a couple of people in Dream Corp and Rising Lotus and Team Avengers, and we haven't really talked about it too much, but I know some of the people get lost in the trainings, but I just wanted to go over with you guys, like I said, the social media and challenge groups. So just a couple of points for you guys, just so you know, when you're posting stuff on social media, whether it's your Facebook, your Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media platform that you're using, make sure to avoid the hashtags that already are, popular, like the 21-day fix, Shakeology, stuff that already promotes Beachbody, because Beachbody does a lot of promoting themselves. So it's we don't really have to use that. We don't have to use those hashtags. So when you want to use hashtags, make sure that you're using them that are based on your 5 passion points. So for me, it's like Huskies, registered nurse, RN, life. You can do clean eating. But the majority of the time, if you do ones that are like Beachbody, Team Beachbody, 21-day fix, you're only going to get coaches or you're only going to get customers. So that's not going to really help you. You're trying to look for people that are like you. So if you are an airline stewardess, make that be a hashtag for you, because you're going to find so many people that are like you. And a lot of the time, people that are in a situation like you, they need what you're doing. So that's a way for you to find your people. So like I said, just try to avoid 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, Shakeology, Team Beachbody. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using them, but just try to avoid them if you can, just because you're going to be attracting the people that you don't really necessarily want, because those people already are part of a program like Cat Mom. And let's see, you can do I think the max hashtags that you can use is maybe 15 or 20 on Instagram. And when you're doing them, make sure that you write your post and then comment below. Don't put it in the same post, because if you're transferring your Instagram to your Facebook, the hashtags are going to be coming up in the same section as your post. So it's going to get all how do I say it? I don't know, busy looking. So if you just do it in a separate comment, it'll be easier for people to read. And they'll be straight to the point, read what you want to say. And another thing is, if you have a like page, make sure you don't, this is just my personal preference, but make sure that you don't share your things from your like page to your personal page, just because things get really cluttered, because you're going to see your name twice plus a shared thing, and people are going to have to go click the box, and then the box will open up. It's just too much work for people. So if you guys can, I know a lot of people like to schedule their posts, but try to just copy and paste into your personal Facebook, just because it's a lot more clear. Sometimes I will, though, share recipes if I'm from my like page to my actual page, but I'll also put in the link in the comment. But I don't do that often, but when I do, that's kind of the only example is what I would do is if it was a recipe. So when in doubt, just copy and paste personal page to your like page to your like page to your personal page. Let's see what else. Okay, so I've been seeing it a lot lately, and I do it sometimes on my not my personal, I do it on my like page, and I only do it because it's for a particular reason, but you want to try to avoid posting a lot on your personal page of like quotes or sayings that are just like what you would find off of Google or Pinterest, because everyone sees the same one and they're going to scroll through. It's not going to be a scroll stopper for them. So if you can, honestly, just try to get creative, like whatever the quote is that you really like, get creative with it and think outside the box and really think of a picture that kind of like that you can recreate or get people to connect with. And like you guys know, I love photos, so I try to do my best when it comes to enhancing things to grab people's attention, because a lot of the time people are just constantly scrolling and they can easily pass through a quote or a share video or whatever it is. So just try to avoid any quotes. You can put at the top of your post, but then have a catchy image to go with it. And when you're writing your post, I know a lot of you guys are doing it, and I'm really happy that you guys are doing it, but just to reiterate for people that are going to be watching this, but make sure that you do your post on I feel, I felt, I learned. It can be in any order, because that really like kind of like what we were talking about last night, like it kind of like puts everything together, especially for newer coaches. It's like, well, what do we write? You kind of lost of like not knowing where to go. So if you just follow the steps of I feel, I felt, I learned, it'll be easy to catch the person's attention. And what else? Oh, so I know how I was saying the other day that when you first start out, it's really, really slow, and it's like a compound effect. So it takes a long time for you to build trust with people. But I can promise you that the more vulnerable that you become, the more likely people are going to reach out to you. And it's crazy. The more open you are to people, the more they come to you. It's weird. Like people like to see you suffer, and they like to feel like they can relate to you, whether if it's like, I don't know, like if something happened to your animal or like whatever it is, like something vulnerable that doesn't have to do with fitness. Like people want to know that you're a real person and you're not faking it. And I've had a couple of people ask me what should they post about. So for those people that missed the call last night, there wasn't a recording, but we came up with the idea that it would be really cool to do a reality TV show, kind of like of ourselves, like a day in the life of who we are. And I'm like really excited for this because I don't really like talking on video, but I need to step out of my comfort zone, and I think it would be really fun for people to just kind of see like what we do as coaches. So like you're going to share everything for like 1 day, 3 days, however long you want to do it for. And you're going to go through like what you do for work, or like it's going to be in the moment of you. Like if you're running to the airport to get to the plane, like you're going to be, sharing the little moments of like why you coach and what it is that you want to change about yourself and how you help people and all that good stuff. So there's a lot of brainstorming that we all still need to do. So, but like what to post. So honestly, you can post anything. You can look back at my stuff that I posted, and some of it's like so stupid, and sometimes it gets the most traction. Like you can talk about absolutely anything. Like if you ask questions, if you ask a girl, like if the majority of the people that you have on your Facebook, if they're all females, you can ask them what color nail polish should you use or whatever. Like get people interacting with you, because the more you do that, the more your stuff is going to be put out on Facebook, because Facebook goes by how much you interact with people, and you become like first on the list to be like put in on the statuses. And I have like, there's so much for me to like say, like I have this huge list, but like I'm trying to like, I know we have it in our team resource, but it's like kind of like a schedule of like what you should post every day. It could be like Shakeology, like your superfood, your workout. You don't have to do just those. Post about your daily life, like what you hate, what you like, and I can guarantee you that everyone is going to like things that you hate and that you're miserable about. Like you're going to see people come out of the woodwork, start liking your stuff when it's like, when you're negative about something, because that's what happens. And I want to try to get more into the habit of it, but I know a lot of people like to know like what they're grateful for. So if you can, in the morning, first thing you do is make a post about why you're grateful and what it is that Beachbody has done for you. And that's it kind of for social media. So now I'm going to go on and talk to you about challenge groups. So challenge groups are really scary at first. It took me about 6 months for me to do my first challenge group, and I did it alone, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I'm sorry if the background noise is kind of crazy because I have people driving back and forth. But challenge groups are very scary. So if you can pair up in a group with 2 people, 3 people, whoever it is, and kind of work together on forming your own challenge group. And if you go into the Coach Online office, you'll be able to find examples of the challenge groups. You can also Google them, and make sure that you kind of have like a method when you are promoting challenge groups. So typically when you promote a challenge group, you want to promote it like a couple of weeks before that it actually launches, just because you can get the word out. You don't have to call them challenge groups. You can call them wellness groups. You can call them like, I don't know what I don't know what you would call it, a wellness group, challenge group, fit group, boot camp. And what else do I want to say about challenge groups? Oh, and don't be afraid because there's going to be crickets, you guys. When you first have your challenge group and no one's interacting, it's going to be crickets. And I promise you, if you keep posting and you keep interacting with people, like it gets better. And sometimes it's like, oh, well, if you invited someone that doesn't have a challenge group and they kind of want to see like a sneak peek of like what you're doing, and if you kind of feel like embarrassed, like, okay, well, this challenge group really stinks, like, don't worry about it. As long as you are positive every day and you encourage them to do positive things, you show them what it is that you're doing and how you want to help people. That's just the most important part. And I didn't really do it a lot when I first started, but try to put personal development in with the challenge groups, because a lot of people that aren't doing a challenge pack, they're kind of just testing the waters and seeing what it is that you offered them for free. If you give them some sense of value, they're really going to, they'll feel good about themselves and they'll be able to build trust with you. So that's kind of all I really have for you guys as far as social media and challenge packs. The reason why I wanted to do this is because, I don't know, like I just was sitting down and I was just thinking, like, I know that I've had a couple of people ask me to put up some slides and I just haven't had a chance to do it. So I figured if everyone happened to be off today that they could just hop on and, ask me a couple of questions and let me blab for a bit. So, does anyone have any questions? No?